I just use a craft knife and a cutting mat and my paper, and I just dive in. Paper cutting is quite an old traditional craft, and it's where you draw the picture on a piece of black paper and you cut it and it all hangs in one piece. Mine are really quite intricate, or like paper lace, I suppose. I just fell in love with it when I discovered it. Didn't really answer the question. I've always been creative. I think I probably get it from my mum. She's a really good artist. So when I discovered paper cutting, it was a perfect marriage of my style and artistic media. It's something that I can't imagine going day to day without doing something. It's just part of who I am, and I get a bit jittery if I don't do a drawing or make a design. As long as it's creative, a part of my day, then I go to bed happy. My son at the time had been very into magic and then had got into cardistry and had designed one of his own decks. And I said, oh, why don't I design a deck for you? And he was like, that's a great idea. And I immediately regretted my request, but we went ahead with it. And yeah, it's taken a while, but it's been really fun. Well, I usually start just by sketching out some rough ideas, and then once I've finalised my design, I'll draw it up properly on the wrong side of the paper. They are really quite intricate. The cutting process is really quite intense. It is very therapeutic. You get really lost in thought and your mind travels somewhere else, or you're just so focused on what you're doing, you don't tend to worry about anything else. The last cut is always really nerve-wracking though. I looked at the construction of how a face card is made, then I used that really as a very loose framework for putting in my floral designs. The most difficult part is, because I'm only cutting half a card, is making sure when it gets rotated that everything's going to line up. I think I did the Queen's first. I was just really excited about getting her profile with the veil effect behind her. I usually try and put in something that's an indication of what the suit is. So it's got little hearts in here. I mean, when it's on a card this size, you may not pick it up, but I know it's there. I love the Ace of Spades. I think because I didn't have to be so rigid in portraying a face, it felt more natural to me to just be more organic with it. I don't even remember how I came up with the ideas now. Now I'm looking at them, I think sometimes it just comes to me. I'm always quite critical of my own work though, but it's really a good feeling when you finish a piece. I've never done a project of this scale. I've never done a whole series of pieces. So this is really exciting to try and get so many pieces that still feel like a cohesive project. I'll be very excited when they're available to the public. It will be a very proud moment. I think Kickstarter is a really good way of bringing a project like this to a lot of people and to have them feel involved. They're getting involved in something really personal to me, but something that they really are passionate about. There's a lot of people who love decks of cards or cardistry or magic who really want to have something unique and can see the process right from beginning to end and maybe get a great reward, but really they're participating in something that really means something to me and to them, hopefully.